Hello everyone. I think people are joining. Am I audible over the web?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay.
Yes.
Please mute yourself. Okay, we should wait or we can start. I hope everyone is here. Could you please mute yourself? I think some noise is coming, background noise is coming. Who is? Priyanka, could you please mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. Okay. Let me. So everyone, please be on mute so that we can start. We can take another 2 minutes to get this settled. Datta, could you please mute yourself or? Okay, good. Thank you. So I hope everyone is here. So we can start, right? And I'm also audible. Guys, you can ping me if I'm audible or not. It is okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Shakir, and I am having around 10 years of experience in IT industry. Worked on different tools and technologies. Currently, I'm working as a tech lead at one of the MNCs. So we are going to learn DevOps, specifically Azure DevOps. So we will understand what is DevOps and why it is needed, how the culture came into existence, how the DevOps came into existence. So why people are preferring Azure DevOps instead of having DevOps. We know that we are having AWS DevOps as well, Azure DevOps and DevOps. Okay. So anyone has want to speak or want to give some idea about yourself? I think you can go ahead. You can unmute yourself and you can go ahead if you want. So some of I know some of you are from different backgrounds, and some of them from IT and non-IT. How many of you are a fresher? May I know? Or you can ping your experience. Yes, your name, your experience, just to make this session interactive. Is it fine, guys? So that I can understand the group that I'm going to start with.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Sai.
Hi. Yes,
How are
sir.
you doing?
Fine, sir. Like,
Yeah, good.
actually, I am a student studying 4th year currently.
Okay, you are in your last year, right? That's great.
Yes.
You want to pursue DevOps as your career, right?
So 1 minute, give me 1 minute, sir.
Okay. Okay, anyone who want to speak, or
Yes,
if you
sir.
have any?
You are asking something?
No, I'm saying that if you want to ask anything related to DevOps, or you can introduce yourself.
Yes.
It is
As I
fine
said, I
for
am a
me.
student currently pursuing my 4th year in BTech CSC from Lovely Professional University. Till now, I was practicing the traditional DevOps
Oh,
without any non-Azure DevOps. So, there are many opportunities
mhm.
also in Azure DevOps. So I thought of
Correct.
covering this part also. So that might add some weightage to my CV. So,
Okay.
and as as I'm starting, I have one small doubt that what make a major difference between Azure DevOps and DevOps? Is it only the Azure platform or something else?
Yeah, it is a platform, and the same concept. The concept will be the same. What we do in DevOps, and what we are going to learn in Azure DevOps. But the thing is that it is specifically Microsoft product. Microsoft has collaborated all the things as a service, and Microsoft said that okay, you can use my service, my platform, and you can do DevOps. You can automate the things. You can build your application, release your application wherever you want using my product. So we are more focused on Microsoft product.
Okay,
Okay.
so instead of using the tools developed by different organizations, we'll be doing it from the tools that are developed by Microsoft.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
So
okay, sir.
Microsoft has its
Okay,
own way of doing the things that we will cover.
okay, sir. Thank you.
So fine. I think let me share my screen.
Yes, sir, one question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, what is the difference between AWS DevOps and Azure DevOps?
Yeah, as I said, the concept is same. Only the difference is platform. Because if you see in AWS, the terminology would be different. Like in Microsoft or in Azure, we will call it as virtual machine, whereas in AWS we call it as EKS. But the concept is same, right? We call it as in Azure DevOps. In Azure, we call uh, networking as VNet, virtual network, whereas we call in AWS as VPC, virtual private cloud, right?
Cloud.
So this is the
Right.
difference. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
So, but other than this, the concept would be the same. The same concept we are again. I'll be taking. I'll try to explain the whole concept of DevOps and why DevOps, and what is the difference between the DevOps and Azure DevOps and this platform DevOps. Google is also launching their DevOps. Currently, these two are the market leaders, like Azure DevOps and AWS DevOps, right? Okay, let me share my screen. I think hope everyone is here. I'm not able to share my screen. Anyone from admin team, can you please enable my screen sharing? Let me just a second, guys. I'm not able to. Let me connect with admin team. Let me check. I have already messaged admin team to give me or allow me to. It is sharing host disabled participant screen sharing. Just a second. You should have given me the full access. Let me call. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Let me call them to allow me to share my screen. Sorry, guys. I'm not sorry. I have already shared my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So let me start. So this is the course curriculum where we can start. Like our agenda is to learn Azure DevOps, and I'll explain what is DevOps, and there is some of the history. We'll go back and see how DevOps came into existence, what is the cultural shift, and the entire DevOps journey, how it works from code to the deployment. So if you see the introduction, Azure DevOps services, so these are the services that we are going to use. Benefits, so what is CI/CD pipeline, everything will be covered. Okay, ports and all. Okay, let me explain. Just a second. So if we talk about what is DevOps, basically it consists of two words, right? Dev and ops. So what is DevOps? So DevOps, dev is like developer writes the code, right? And operation. Earlier it was used to do the deployment and everything. The IT team used to do that, right? The IT team means IT support team, whether it would be Linux admin and Windows admin, IT support team. So we will understand, we will visualize the thing and we'll understand. Suppose this is the code, and we can consider this as developer. So developer writes the code and commits the code to the version control system. Version control system, or we also known as source control system. Okay. So do you think this code will be directly reach to the user experience? No, it requires to have some executables, and the code should be tested before we deploy or before user experience, right? So how it will it will go through this. So next is like, if we see here, developer is developing code and pushing that code to the central repository where everyone can have access, and whatever the changes has to be done, it should be in this code. Okay. So this is the this box is which represents about the continuous integration. So as soon as the code will be pushed, it should be built, right? We can use Maven or MS build. Suppose we are having a .NET application, we are having jar, we are having Java applications. So for that, we need to build using this build tool, right? For Java, we are having jar or var files, and for .NET, we need these kind of build tools. Okay, this is the second step. So once it is built, it would be built, and it will be built as a executables that can be jar or var files. Okay. Next step would be, let me bring one more table here. So once we have our jar and var file or executables, that we call it as output. This is what we get of the code output, and the code output should be deployed to we can consider this as test environment. Some company keep it as test environment or dev environment, where active development is going on. So whatever the code will be pushed, it will be in the version control system. We will be using, and we will be learning Git, and the same will be deployed using the build pipeline. And currently I am showing here as a build tool. These are the build tool that will generate the output as if we talk about Java, it will generate jar or var file as a build, and that is the executables, and it will be deployed to the dev environment. The dev environment could be a virtual machine, whether it would be Linux or Windows, or it would be app service, wherever it would be, right? It depends upon the organization to organization where actually we want to deploy the code. So earlier, these things will be carried out or done by the IT support team or Linux or Windows admin. But as our environment has changed and everyone is using the application online, so the online development is going on very fast. So that for that reason, we are using DevOps as a service. So to automate the things with DevOps, what DevOps will do? DevOps will bring the brings the application early to the market. Okay. Suppose we can take example of Flipkart and Amazon. These are the two market leader, right? So both of them are trying to bring customers on their site. So whatever the changes they do, they want that changes to be early or first in the market. Okay. So for that, I'm just giving the example for two, but there are lot many applications that they have their competition and they want their application and the changes to be updated, and user will experience the latest changes, latest features before everyone, right? So what are the benefits of DevOps? Why it came into existence? So that we can bring the application, we can bring the things early to the market, and it will cost optimization as well. So as you know that we are using different tools that will automate. Like here, if we are using Jenkins for the as a build tool, that is CI, and for the CD tool, we will be using other tools like for pushing the code from CI to C. We'll be using other things like in Azure DevOps. We are using its own service to build and release. That will cover in later point. So till now, what we have seen, DevOps brings the application early to the market, and it is cost optimization. It is optimizing the cost as well, and it will makes the life easier for the organization perspective. Okay. So as soon as the developer develops the code and push it to the version control system, it should go to the build tool, which will build. There are a lot many tools, build tools. It will automatically pull the code and build, test, build, compile, and test. These three things will be happen, right? Build, compile, and testing. Testing would be like very not very high level. It would be like functional testing or this kind of testing using SonarQube. You can integrate SonarQube for the testing purpose. So once it is done, we are ready to deploy it in the development environment. Okay. So this is the development environment, and the developer will ensure that everything goes well, and whatever the changes has been done from the developer, it looks good, then it will be promoted to the other environment. So these are the environment, guys. Let me environment, different environments. Environments is like development servers where our code will be deployed, and this is the staging environment. Staging or we can call it as UAT, user experience, user acceptance test, where which is similar to the pre-prod, or we can call it as pre-prod. Just a second. Pre-prod environment. And yes, when everything goes well, this will be deployed to the staging environment. This would be the same. Just a second. Staging environment means it would be the virtual machine. Again, the same set of deployment, virtual machine or app service where we are deploying. And the third environment is production environment. This is the production environment. Let me write it. Production environment. Here also, the story is same. The only difference between development, staging, and production environment is here we are doing from this code to development environment, we are doing it continuous deployment, right? And that is continuous deployment, continuous delivery. But we are not doing continuous deployment to the production environment. It depends upon a sprint when we are going to deploy our code, stable code. That code should be stable, right? Then only stable code will be deployed to the production environment. So our journey starts from the version control system to the deployment. So this is the basic and the most important concept of the as a DevOps engineer should know. So where we are and what we are working. So we are working with these tools and technologies, and the concept is like we have to deploy the code, whatever the build tools and whatever the tools in between we are using, we should use it to automate the things, and we should deploy it to the different environment as per the requirement. Is it fine, guys? Any question? You can ask.
Sir, what is the difference between Maven, Jenkins, and GitLab?
Maven, yeah, Maven is a build tool. As I have said, Maven is a build tool for Java application, which will generate jar or war file. It's a build tool. Just like MS Build is also a build tool, which is used for the .NET. MS Build is also build tool for .NET. Okay.
GitLab?
GitLab is again Git. It is we are not discussing about the GitLab here because GitLab is like a version control system like GitHub. That is another thing.
Okay.
We will be using Git only.
Okay, that is not a CI/CD tool.
No, that is that is different concept. Again, that is not related to this build tool and all. So basically, you can understand that the source that we have, the developer, you should not have to means worry about the coding. The developer should do the coding and all. What you have to do, once they do the coding and all, they will push the code. You make the environment like this, that they will push the code, and automatically it should be triggered and do the builds. Builds means what? Build is like output. What you are going to build out of this? It is like output of your code. That we also call it as artifact. Okay. Build is artifact, like zip. Suppose you have zipped something, zip file. That is one output, right? That is the executables. Suppose you are accessing Google Chrome. You don't know what is the code and how it is. But when you install Google Chrome, you will be getting one exe file, right? So that is the executables. That is the form that we can that is provided by the Google. So you can download, and whatever the code written behind that, you don't worry, right? You are experience only you are only downloading the executables, and you are installing that Google Chrome. Okay. So yes, let me proceed. So till we don't know about the organization. As per the organization, suppose organization wants they are doing regression testing, regression building means continuous building their application, doing the build and all in 1 hour, 2 hour, or day. So it depends upon organization to organization how the things are. So suppose developer develops the code. There are a number of developers developing their code, writing their code, and pushing the code to the central repository. So this is the version control system where all developers are pushing their code. So this code, this is the branch that we can take, and it will be build tool will deploy means build the code into executables, whatever it is. It will be just like build tool .NET. For .NET we will be using build tool MS build. For Java project we will be using Maven. And once it is deployed, we will get the output. The same output will be deployed to the environment. Environment means virtual machine, and from there we are accessing the application, right? So from this journey, from the beginning of the version control system to this, so this is known as continuous integration. Let me write it. What we call it as continuous integration. Okay. And from build to the deployment, we call it as continuous delivery or continuous continuous deployment. So again, what is the difference between continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment? Let me give you more clarity. Continuous deployment. So as I said, we were doing continuous integration and continuous delivery for development environment, right? Because this is the active development where developer used to check, used to test everything in dev environment. So this is the continuous integration, continuous deployment. What means when a developer develops the code and he can check the code in the environment directly. You don't have to worry about these build and all everything. Once he pushes the code, he will get the result output in the development environment. Okay. But in the UAT or staging and production environment, what we are doing, we are not directly pushing the code to the staging or production environment. Before, it should be tested. Again, testing team will be there. Okay. And here a QA team will be there. Quality analysis. So they will do the testing and all, and then we should promote the same. Just a second. We should promote the same to the production environment. So this is continuous delivery. When we're having the manual intervention, because in production we are deploying when everything goes well in dev and test environment, dev and staging environment, then we will get the stable code and stability in the production. We are deploying it to the production. Okay. Anyone has any question? You can go ahead. Till now, anything that you want to ask? Yeah. On top of that, everything goes well, and on top of that, in the development, this should be monitored, right? Whether our code is deployed in the production environment or in the development environment, these virtual machines should be monitored. So here we are doing the continuous monitoring. Continuous monitoring. So what we learned? We learned about the continuous integration. As soon as code has been built and it will go to the different environment, that is continuous delivery and deployment. Then we are doing the continuous monitoring. Continuous monitoring means we are monitoring the virtual machine. If we are monitoring the if anything happens to these machines, whether if server is going down, it should be alert should be generated to the concerned person so that they can start working on that, so that our application will be up and running. So these three things are most important: continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous there is a little difference between delivery and deployment, and continuous monitoring. Hello guys, did you understood, or we can go ahead? So it's a concept related to DevOps. I have not started yet the Azure DevOps. This is what the concept that every DevOps should know, irrespective of the platform. I'm getting some. Okay, fine. Anyone has any question?
Guys, you can unmute and talk. This
Yes,
is Shankar.
yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Shankar.
Yeah, hi, Shakir. So this a session, I just want to put some light or give a glance of what we are doing. The session is something which deals about Azure DevOps. As of now, you can see hell number of interviews or job openings were there with respect to different edge locations across the globe with respect to Azure DevOps, not only in India, on remote basis or freelancing things as well that you can go ahead. So this complete journey will be going on only on Azure DevOps. So
Yeah,
Mark, yeah, can you be mute?
yeah, people who are interested, you can go ahead with this Azure DevOps. And literally, I can show you in LinkedIn or Naukri, there are lots of openings related to Azure DevOps. If you can see, let me. Azure DevOps. See how many openings are there. A lot many openings are there related to Azure DevOps. In Naukri also you can check it.
One question is this.
Yes.
Like, do you require any Azure admin knowledge for the Azure DevOps? And is it required?
Whatever needed, I can try to explain the Azure admin part as well. Not now, but meanwhile we can go ahead with that also. Yeah, you should know about Azure admin part, some part, like you should at least navigate, and you should know what is virtual machine and how the networking goes and how the network is there. Right now you don't worry about that thing. If required, I will explain that also.
Okay, so you mean to say that like if any person don't have the knowledge about Azure admin, he also can join here. He will you people are going to cover
Yes,
all
yes.
the Azure admin. They also.
Not all parts of as admin, because it will again a different that would be different class. But whatever required, like if it is required to deploy app on app service, so I will go ahead and I will try to explain the app service where we can deploy our application. Just a second, let me.
No. Do you all guys know about all of the resource groups and subscription? I don't know how many of them are from technical aspect.
So suppose if we want to deploy, if you are going to deploy.
Yes, I have the fundamental knowledge. I am certified Azure 9 level 0. I fundamental load balance and
But
virtual machine
directly
also
app services, if we create,
and
Shakir,
services.
will they be able to understand if they don't know all of the subscriptions or any other thing?
That is what what I am saying is I will explain means about these things when if required, not an issue. I will explain about the resource groups. I'll explain about some of the things that is required while creating the app service and
Yeah, guys, you can fill up the particular form. Okay, who are all interested? You have got the form, right? So this will be combo with respect to AWS and DevOps and Azure admin as well. We'll try to have. So the mostly the concept will be same whether it is AWS or Azure or DevOps.
yeah.
Some things gets varied, like with respect to traffic manager or some other name we'll be calling in AWS, ARM templates, or you'll be having cloud formation templates or VPC, VNet, VPC peering, VNet peering, IAM, Azure Active Directory. So we'll try to help you out how you can address in interviews and all those aspects. So this will be the combo on separate basis. Azure DevOps who just want to register, they can also go ahead, or with the combo of the complete set, you can go ahead. And the fee details and everything which we are thinking for Azure DevOps is something around 10K is the maximum. Yeah, it is paid one, Rajat. It is not free. Actually, all the things which we are giving are also mostly we had dealt many of the courses like shell scripting and prior Ansible I had taken for free, and many other things like Linux is free now. So majority of, but it is something with respect to combo. If you can go ahead, you can go ahead. Okay, with AWS Azure complete set. Okay, like a resume preparation, mock interviews, and all of this. And this Azure DevOps will be dealing with respect to 10K, and who are all interested with only Azure DevOps, you can go ahead. So you can fill the form.
One question I have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the interruption.
Your voice is breaking, I think. Could you please come again?
Go ahead.
Someone is speaking, I think.
If someone is speaking, so the fee details, it goes up to 45 days to 2 months, guys, and it will be live. And if you have any doubts, we can go ahead with Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, we can take it up. And time compatibility as well, we'll try to have in detail. So majority of the people were coming in the morning or evening, they are interested to join. But yeah, I'll try to talk with the team and we'll let you know. Okay, it will be as of now, it is from 12:30 to 1:30, as we are doing on shift basis. We are having offices and we are trying to do the office work as well, right? So this will be on Saturdays and Sundays as well. We'll be having orals on Saturday and Sundays itself. Yes, recording will be given who are all registered, and complete notes will be given. Complete things will be like mock interviews on Azure DevOps. We can go ahead. Okay, who are all interested, and end to end will be given, guys. Support up to Azure admin up to some limited part. Who are all will be free. We'll let you know. Even Shakir can take up, or Kalyani can take up, or me
Yes, yes.
can take up. Depending upon the time constraints, we'll try to set it up. So yeah, for like if you are okay, you can join in the morning or evening, or if you are missing in the morning, you can also go ahead with respect to evening batch actually. So, but I believe like these particular as of now will be okay for only Azure DevOps who know the things, okay, or we'll try to start it from basic what is DevOps, and from there we'll try to start and we'll try to complete Azure DevOps course here. This will be some advantage, there will be some greater edge you will be getting, okay, over others.
Yes,
So
yes, I'll be trying to start from scratch, very basic level, so that they should be familiar with the things. Just that the concept should be clear, right? Because
yes, yes,
when they will be they are going for interview, someone will ask that what is DevOps, means how the entire journey should be. So that is what I focused today, that this is how the entire concept, and it should be everywhere it should be same. The concept will be the same, only the platform will be the different. But this is what I want you guys to understand. So if you have any question regarding anything, you can put forward and message or ping
interested
or
people
talk.
can fill the
Yes,
form, guys.
yeah,
Fill
sure.
this particular thing.
So that we can go ahead and we can start our class from tomorrow.
Yeah, from tomorrow we'll try to start. We will have only only the doubt sessions or something. You can fill it up this form. Recordings, everything will be given you guys, all the things, okay. Notes, what all we type over the paint as well will be saved and sent to you, okay. The Word documents, all the things, okay. Do you have any doubts, guys, before? Guys, you can fill it up, okay, and you can join only Azure DevOps, or I'll be starting anyway with respect to what is server as well in Linux, or what is request, what is response, everything from scratch. We'll try to deliver. If you try to join both, that is also fine, or else you can have one class at a time, or all on alternate days. We'll try to have, because for Azure DevOps we don't have lot many people, or only on Saturday Sundays we can have Azure DevOps. It's up to you. But if you are interested, you can fill it, and Shakir will take forward from here.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So anyone who is having confusion that whether we
You can
should know.
unmute and talk, guys. You can unmute everyone over the
Yeah,
webcam.
yeah.
If you have
You can,
any
if you
doubt.
have any doubts regarding whether I should learn Azure DevOps or I should learn admin part first, don't worry about that. If I face that you know about these things like resource group or virtual machine, I'll explain there, and we can go ahead. So it is not needed to know all the services, because there are 200 services in Azure, and we should know only very basic services like resource group, how we create virtual machines, what is SQL, what is load balancer, storage account, virtual networks. This should be known to everyone. So don't worry about that. I'll cover up these things while taking class. So a few more minutes we can have our class for today, and if you have any question, you can put forward, and we can wind up for today. So will you provide any programming classes, including which programming classes? I think Shankar can answer. Shankar, are you there?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
While we are applying for DevOps jobs, sir, they are asking for Python or shell scripting to understand the code or something. So will you provide in this or
Shankar, are we providing Python or shell scripting as an individual course, or we have what we are doing? Could you please explain this? Shankar, are you there? Am I on mute or what? I think Shankar is not available. Okay, let Shankar come.
कल रिव्यू लिखे कल 12 बजे के बाद बहुत लेट आता है उसको तो पता भी नहीं है मैं तुमको क्या ही बोल रहा हूँ
थोड़ा पेशेंस रखो ना
वो रिव्यू खराब है कि अच्छा है मुझे बोलो
You can unmute, sorry, mute yourself. Who is talking? I think who is talking? Would you please let me mute yourself? Okay. So yes, someone has asked about something like Python. We should know Python or what programming language. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, please.
while we are applying for DevOps job, they are
Ah.
asking for Python or shell scripting to understand basic code knowledge or something. So will you provide in this or we need to learn?
No. This is separate class for Azure DevOps only. We should be focusing on Azure and the way Azure doing the DevOps. So this is not for the Python or
Yes, sir,
shell.
I can understand, but in this Azure DevOps only, they are asking for Python and shell scripting to understand the code, which we
So
need to.
if I say that you should also know .NET or Java, that is not possible, right? Every organization have their own way of doing the application. So we should know only if you are having good knowledge, if you are having the programming knowledge, it's okay. But yes, I can say for Python, you need it for automation. Right now, most of the things are being automated using Python or a shell script. That is another thing. But you should not know Python or any development knowledge to learn Azure DevOps.
Yes, sir, I understood. But while I referred in Naukri.com for DevOps job, they are asking first Python or shell scripting basic knowledge to apply for DevOps job.
Yes,
After
I
that, they
think
are asking for Jenkins and Docker. That
yes, that is fine. Jenkins and Docker that we can cover.
Yeah.
I think Shankar has another class for that will be the separate classes for shell script and Python. Let me check with Shankar. I think he's not available, or I think he's not available right now. So whatever things you have doubt, then I think you can just ping in the group that we have, community.
okay, sir. Okay.
And he will be able to answer this question.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anything related to anything? So who wants to talk, or who is from the non-technical background and wants to join? So related to DevOps, they can ask a question. Okay, guys, I think we can wind up for the day, and we will meet tomorrow. And whatever the questions you can ask in the admin or community group, so that they can answer about the courses. Okay. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay, at the same time. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.